Good morning everyone. I am coming at you looking rather fresh-faced and bushy-tailed this morning because today is the day we are getting ready for the big wedding that we have come all the way up to Scotland for, and I am so excited. If you haven't been keeping up to date with the recent vlogs, you don't know what's going on. We have come up to Edinburgh for a big family wedding. My cousin is getting married at Hopetoun House today and I literally cannot wait. If you don't know Hopetoun House, oh my goodness me, it's like one of the most beautiful manor houses in the entirety of Scotland. I would compare it to like Blenheim. I'd say it's like the Scottish equivalent of Blenheim Palace in the sense that it's so grand, it's so beautiful, it's just absolutely amazing, and it's such a big family wedding. We literally have family members coming from all around the world. We've got someone coming from Australia, we've got families from Singapore, Bali, obviously we've come from like the southern tip of England all the way up to Scotland. We have everyone coming from everywhere, family members that I've not seen in years. So I'm so excited for today. I need to start getting myself ready. I've got my robe on, I fake tanned the other day, and I am feeling very fresh-faced and ready for the day. And you may notice this is a completely new vlog. I actually started editing the vlog from the last couple of days we spent in Edinburgh last night and realised how much footage I have and how long the vlog already was, and I figured that if I included this in the same vlog, it would literally become like a 2-hour feature-length film, and we don't have time for that. So I thought I would split it up. First part of Edinburgh, part 1 is going around sightseeing, everything that I bought and did. Part 2 is wedding guest prep. We are getting ready for today. Gonna get my makeup on, do my hair, get my dress and get myself sorted. So really excited about it. So in terms of prep, I am just getting my skin as prepped and ready as possible. So I've already used the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. Now I'm using this as a primer. I'm not actually going to be wearing any SPF today, which I know is a bit of a cardinal sin. Also, by the way, sorry if you can hear a lot of background noise. We've got lots of people in the house today, obviously sharing the Airbnb with my family, and everyone's getting ready, getting themselves breakfast, doing coffees, showering, sorting themselves out. So if there's lots of background noise, I do apologise, but that is what happens when you share an Airbnb with the entirety of your family. There is 8 people of us in this Airbnb, but yes, just used this morning, the vitamin enriched face base, which I absolutely love. You would have seen I unboxed this just before we left, and it was literal perfect timing because this is one of my favourite primers that doesn't have SPF in it. And as I said, I know it's a bit of a cardinal sin not to wear any SPF, but obviously the wedding's going to go well into the evening. We're going to be doing flash photography, and I just want to make sure that my makeup lasts from day to night, lasts all day, looks beautiful all day. We don't get any flashback or any kind of like anything from the SPF. So that is the primer that I'm using, and then I'm just going to do a quick spray of the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. I actually picked this up in my recent Farfetch haul that you would have seen, and you can shop 10% off all of Charlotte Tilbury products at Farfetch. So I'll leave the code links down below. This is a great one because you can actually use this as a priming spray as well as a setting spray after you put your makeup on. So perfect. So that is skin prepped and ready. As I said, I just want to make sure that I've given myself like the perfect base to start my makeup with, and then I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Full Cover Concealer, and it's a really great full coverage yet not cakey or heavy concealer. That just doesn't feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, and I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a lot. So I'm just going to put the smallest amount on where I've got like a few blemishes, anywhere that I feel like just needs a little bit of extra coverage, because it just means that I am going to be looking as flawless as possible, because obviously lots of photos, there's going to be so much videos and photos from the day, and I just want to make sure that my skin is like looking perfect. So this is the best concealer to use for that. Oh, I mean, look at that flawless base. I'm then going to go foundation of the day, the YSL Touche Eclat. Love this foundation. It's a great full coverage, all day wearable foundation. So I really like that. I must admit, I am so glad that I kind of timed my facial perfectly, because I had it done pretty much exactly a week ago, and I do find that a week after my facials is when my skin is just looking its best. It's when I can like really see the benefits of the facial, the kind of cleanliness of it, and my skin just looks so like rejuvenated and refreshed. So I'm really loving the fact that I'm not having to use really heavy coverage foundation. I'm not having to like cake it on. I can just kind of keep it really lightweight and natural, so that it's just like perfecting my skin rather than covering my skin. Okay, moving on to contour and bronzer. Now there's one thing that, again, I feel like this makeup is very much just like photo ready makeup, great for when you know you're going to be doing a lot of photography that day. I'm going to use a mixture of two. Hello, there you are. You can actually see where you are on the tripod, and when I say tripod I mean a bottle of my fake tan and some toner. That is what we've got to do when we travel vlog. But yeah, I'm going to take these two bronzing shades, so the lightest one and the darkest one, and I'm going to kind of build them up, and I feel like this is the most natural way to create a really nice like contoured bronzer. So I'm going to take the lightest one and then go in really light-handedly, and not really like precisely. I'm just going to kind of create like a bit of a shadow, I guess, with regards to the bronzer, so that it's super natural. And then I go in with the darker shade, and what I do is I pinch my brush like this, so that it creates a really sharp kind of like brush stroke, so I can get it really, really precise into my cheekbone. So as you can see, we basically just have a bit of a line, like a very, very harsh line. I then go back in with that lighter shade and blend it out. And if you're not creating an entire world of alfalfa sprouts beside your bun, then you are not blending enough. Alfalfa sprouts officially have a life of their own, but can you see how much more like blended and almost like natural it looks? Like it really does just look like a natural shadow on your cheeks, rather than, wow, she's put on a lot of contour and a lot of bronze. So I really, really like that, because I feel like it's super flattering. The camera always makes things look a little bit stark as well. I feel like in real life it's even more like blended and natural, but I really, really like how that looks. If there's one step in my makeup routine that I cannot miss anymore, and can't believe I used to never wear, it's blush. This is the Bobbi Brown brightening blush in blushed pink, and it's a really, really gorgeous, like, it looks very bright, but actually on the skin it's just like a perfect glow. And I literally just do it right at the top of my cheekbone, so I kind of just blend it really, really naturally, just to pull the eye up. And I really do feel like it helps with regards to that kind of like lifted look, rather than giving you like big, you know, flushed cheeks. I much prefer to create a more elevated look. And then on top of that, because it is more of a special occasion, I'm actually going to go in with the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick Compact, which this isn't a usual one I do, but I just want a little bit of an extra glow. And I'm just going to pop that over the top of where I put that blusher, just again for that extra kind of like highlight, and to really make sure that you are bringing the eye up, bringing the cheekbones up, and creating that almost like facelift effect. Then for powder, I'm going to use my favourite light catcher powder from Laura Mercier. This is a loose powder, so it was a little bit of a triumph getting it up here in one piece and not completely covering my makeup bag in powder. But I love this one as my first powder, and I always will bring a powder with me in my makeup bag, but I'll bring more of like a mattifying powder. I like this one because it doesn't take away the glow, but still almost just kind of like sets your makeup in place. Like it kind of creates this like lovely, I don't know how to describe it, it's almost like a lovely veil for your makeup, just to like really make sure that you've kept it in place and that it's not going anywhere, and it's looking really beautiful. Honestly, I'm obsessed with that base. Can't tell you how obsessed I am. So moving on to brows, I don't actually do anything special with my brows. I'm really, really low maintenance with them. I just go with the Dior Show Brow Styler, and then the Bobbi Brown Natural Brow Shaper. Literally all I do is give them a quick brush up, a little bit of a fill in. I don't like to fill them in too heavily. I do find that actually my brows are not too bad in the grand scheme of things. They're just like a few little bits that are a bit sparse, like over here kind of doesn't really continue. I find that my brows stopped quite short, and I have a few gaps in this one, but other than that I really don't need to do a lot. So I like to be very light-handed with this and just create the tiniest little brush strokes with the styler. I feel like whenever you've done your brows and not the rest of your eye makeup, they look a little bit heavy, but once we've done the rest they will settle. So I'm going to go back in with my favourite Hourglass palette, and I'm going to create a base for my eyeshadow. Now I know I've spoken about this so many times, but when it comes to eyeshadow bases, I feel like there is nothing better than using your bronzer. So I go in with the lighter shade and basically just create a real gorgeous base for my eyeshadow. Obviously I don't need to do too much with regards to my eye makeup because I've had my lashes done, so they're looking very lovely, very full and fluttery, but I do want to create a little bit of a kind of glowy makeup look. I think I want to do, I don't want it to be too heavy, I don't want it to be too smoky. I think I just want to create a really lovely natural, maybe a little bit of a bronzy glow on my lids. eyeshadow done. I just quickly did that off camera because I don't know why, but I always feel a lot of pressure when I've got to do my eyeshadow on camera. It just freaks me out a little bit. So I've just gone in with my favorite Too Faced palette. This is the Natural Nudes Born This Way complexion inspired eyeshadow palette, and I absolutely love this. So just to kind of talk through what I've got on. So in terms of the base, I've got on this color, which is nude. It's a really, really lovely nude color. I've then gone in the corner for Swan. I really love doing like a lighter tone in the kind of corner of your eye and just carrying that on over the lid just a little bit. And then on top of that, I've gone for Shimmering Pearl just to create a little bit of a lovely like shimmer glitter on my eyes. And then of course I have used Truffle for my liner, and I love how it looks. And also my favorite thing about having my lashes done is I don't have any mascara on, so I don't need to worry about like fallout or anything like that during the day. I feel like it just looks really lovely, natural but fluttery, very like wedding guest appropriate. So I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm just going to set that makeup with the airbrush setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury again. And then to finish it off, my favourite lip combo at the moment, this is the Clinique lip liner in Intense Blush. Yes, Intense Blush. And then my favourite Charlotte Tilbury Hyaluronic Acid lip balm. Now I know that this isn't like the most long lasting lipstick, but my goodness me, does it look beautiful, especially in photos. And I will probably be topping it up quite a lot throughout the day anyway. So et voila, my wedding guest makeup all done and dusted. And I feel like this is going to last perfectly all day. Let me kind of take you over here because I feel like it looks a little bit harsh the way that I am kind of by the mirror, but there, that's a little bit better in the natural daylight right by the window. I love how the makeup looks. I feel like the skin is just perfection. Lipstick is absolutely beautiful. As I said, we'll top this up a little bit throughout the day, but it really shows up so well in photos, and it makes my teeth look really white. I don't know why, but this lipstick just works so well with my complexion, so I really, really like it. So that is my wedding guest makeup done and dusted. I'm just going to do my hair now. I think I'm just going to go for a bobby bob. Normally, I would want to curl it for a wedding, but looking outside, it is quite a blustery day. It's a little bit drizzly, a little bit mizzly, and I just know my curls are not going to last, and that's why I think the bob will work really well with the fascinator. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go for the bobby bob. I think that will work really well with my wedding guest outfit. Right, hair is done, looking lovely and fresh. I washed it last night, so it's nice and smooth today, and I think it's going to go really, really well with the hat. This is the hat that I have got to wear, and I actually think it looks really cute. So I'm actually quite glad that we've gone for the bob, because I think it works really well, and I can also try and kind of hide the bands a little bit more with my hair. So yeah, loving that. Now it is time to get jewellery on, which is always one of my favourite parts of getting ready and favourite parts of like dressing up, because you know how much I adore my Pandora jewellery. And do you want to know something really hilarious that I brought with me? My entire jewellery box. Normally I would like separate it, I put it in a travel jewellery bag and things like that, but I thought, you know what, we're literally coming in the car. That's the whole point of a road trip. I have so much baggage allowance. I'm going to take the whole thing so that I don't have to like worry or decide or try and plan it in advance. So I brought my entire Stackers collection. I literally tied a hairband around this and brought it with me in the car. So it made sure that I had everything that I want. And I think we all know there is one thing I cannot not do with the dress that I am wearing, and that is go for pearls. Of course I've got to wear my pearls. I wore them the first time that I wore this dress, and I got so many compliments on them. And I love the Pandora pearls because they are just like so high quality but really affordable. Like these are freshwater pearls and they just look absolutely beautiful. And with the neckline of the dress, this necklace works so well. So of course I'm going to wear my string of pearls, and I forgot to tell you, but I did actually buy a new set of the pearl earrings because I lost one of the pearls on a shoot day in London. I was absolutely gutted, but I was on the train heading home with Alex, and he kind of just looked at my earring and went, is that supposed to be hanging like that? And basically the back had like unclipped. I'd clearly knocked it, and the back was like hanging open and there was no pearl on there. So I was absolutely gutted, and I can't live without them. I've literally done maybe 2 months without them, and I am missing them so much. So I was like, I definitely have to get them in time for this wedding, because I just know that they are the perfect thing to pair with my necklace. I mean, look how gorgeous they look. I just love the pearl danglies from Pandora. If there's one thing that I wish they could do, it's pearl studs. Pandora, if you're listening, I'm going to email the team that I know. I'm going to be like, is this ever going to be in the works? Because this is something that I'm missing in my life, but I love how they look, especially paired with the necklace. And we're going to complete the pearl theme. I think I'm going to do my 2 pearl bracelets. I think I'm going to do them on my right wrist because I want to kind of make it a bit asymmetric with my jewellery. I think that might be really, really lovely. I'm going to go entirely with silver jewellery today. My bag does have a little bit of gold hardware on, but the dress has got some like silver detailing and I just think it looks really lovely. So those pearl bracelets stacked together are absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm undecided what to do for my left hand. I could do one pearl bracelet on the left and stack that up. Do you know what I might do actually, because I've not really worn these and I feel like these are real special occasion bracelets. My wishbone bracelets, these are absolutely gorgeous from Pandora. There's one that's got like diamante detailing and one that's completely silver, and I love how they look when they sit on your wrist. The only thing I would say, these do clip off sometimes. Like if you get them caught, because of the way that the clasp works, they can sometimes catch and come off. So that's why I only really wear them for really, really special occasions. But just look at how, oh, do I do it the other way? That way or the, I think maybe the other way. I like how the other way looks. Oh yes, love how that looks. So bracelet wise, I'm loving this stack. I like to keep it quite minimal with regards to wedding guest attire. I feel like you don't want to go too OTT with your jewellery. You just want it to look really lovely, elegant, simple, but like a little bit elevated. So ring wise, I'm really undecided what to do with rings. Let's create a little bit of a stack, see what we can do. Okay, I'm still really undecided. I think I like this hand, so I've gone for this really gorgeous like crisscross over ring on my ring finger, which I really, really like. And then I've paired my two Pandora Brilliance diamond rings together, although you can tell which one I wear more because one of them is starting to look a little bit darker in tone to the other. I also realised I forgot to show you my nails. I got them done literally the evening before we left, and I went for a really gorgeous French polish, which I absolutely love. I feel like it works so perfectly for a wedding. This hand I'm unsure about. I love this one. This is the really, really gorgeous vintage trilogy ring from Pandora, which I absolutely adore, but I'm undecided about this one. I feel like that one's not really working, but I don't want anything too OTT or too garish. Like I do love this one, but I think this is more of like an evening ring. This one that's got lots of crisscrosses over. Okay, we've got it. I've decided not to go for the vintage trilogy, and instead I'm gonna tie in the wishbones with the wishbone rings. These are so, so gorgeous. So these are actually two separate rings here. We've got one which is like a really beautiful, almost looks like a tiara to me, and then one plain one, and then it ties together the wishbones. So we've got pearls, diamonds, wishbones, diamantes, and more pearls. So I'm really, really happy with the jewellery, with the makeup, with the hair. It's time to get the dress on and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, got my dress on, and do you see what I mean when I say the pearls just work so well with this neckline? I love this Adriana pearl dress. My favourite thing about it, it's got pockets. I absolutely love that. So, perfume of the day, I'm going to wear English Pear and Freesia because this is one of those perfumes that is just always so highly complimented. I absolutely love this. I forgot to bring a travel one with me, so I'm just going to have to completely douse myself before we go. But oh my goodness me, loving it. Need to get the hat on, jacket and shoes, but so ready for this wedding. Don't we look smart? Oh, you look so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I am just going to be that proud mum taking loads of photos. Down in the corner, I want to show them the full kilt because you look absolutely amazing. The Ramsey blue is so good. Sorry about all the mess, guys.
Sport in the Ramsey blue.
I love it. Oh, are you going to get your pin out that you got? I don't know. Leave that. I think that one looks nice. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. Will you get my my full outfit for me? So got my full outfit on, feeling very, very posh. Oh, of course I've also got my little YSL bag. It's a shame I don't have like a matching handbag that's better than this, but this is the best that we're going to get. So I've got my little Adriana Papel dress on, phase 8 fascinator and phase 8 jacket, which this can come off when the dancing starts, and my Gabor heels. So we are ready to go. I feel like we're both looking so smart. It's making me so happy. Honestly, I just want to get thousands of photos of us looking like this. I am loving it. I don't think we've ever looked this smart.
I'm going to make the most of wearing this kilt.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Right, well that is us wedding guests ready. So obviously I'm not going to vlog at the event, so I will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow, depending on how we're feeling. Good morning, everyone. I am not even going to lie to you. It is a couple of days later now. I have not picked up the vlogging camera since the morning of the wedding, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but if this isn't the sound of a good wedding, then I don't know what is. I have got the croakiest throat at the moment, a little bit of a sniffly nose, and I think that is down to the singing, the dancing, the kayleeing, the absolute belters that were playing. We were singing our hearts out until carriages at midnight. We had such an amazing time at what was probably one of the most incredible weddings I've ever attended. It was just so fabulous. Hopetoun House is incredible, absolutely incredible. First of all, the staff was so lovely, like really attentive, so friendly, just wanted to do everything to make it as like special as possible for the bride and groom, but also for the guests, which I think was so lovely. I know I have been to a couple of weddings in the past where they've kind of like obviously put the wedding party first, but then they don't really care about the guests, whereas yesterday, oh my goodness me, they could not do enough to help us, and they were so attentive, so lovely. And the venue, oh my word, we started in this adorable little, I don't think it was a chapel, but like they had it set up so beautifully. The flowers, she had white roses, hydrangeas, I think a few lilies of the valley in there as well. It was just absolutely incredible. The flowers were like dotted about, and then we did like the confetti toss just outside with all of the pillars, which looked amazing. And then we walked through and they had these like insane rooms for us to basically do like canapes and drinks in and just like mingle and chat and catch up. Honestly, my throat is so sore. I just really need to soothe my throat at the moment, but yeah, we were just surrounded by like all this incredible artwork, this incredible history, and then the room where we had dinner and then later dancing was set up so beautifully as well. So it was just one of those that was just a once in a lifetime kind of a wedding, you know what I mean, like a once and you will always remember it kind of wedding. So it was really incredible, and as I said, saw so many people that I have literally not seen in absolutely years, and managed to catch up with pretty much all of my cousins. There was 3 of us missing. We've got a big family, like a really big family. My mum is one of 7, so I have 21 direct cousins on my mum's side. So that's not second cousins, that's not removed, that is blood related cousins. And one thing that we always do, and I'm sure no one's going to mind if I put this on screen because I love the fact that we do this, but one thing that we always do at every single wedding, and it started at my first cousin's wedding about 14 years ago, and every single time, no matter who's there, no matter if it's everyone or a few people missing, we always do a cousin lineup, age order cousin lineup. So I'm going to put it on screen here because it is just one of my favorite things that we do, like a tradition we have in our family, because I just think it's so special. And Alex was taking the photo and he managed to go and get the professional photographer to come down, and she was kind of like trying to get us to set up really like beautifully on the stairs, and I had to turn to her, I was like, no, we're just going to go in a line, age order. And she was like, okay, but it's a tradition that we've always done. And as you can see, I am right on the end. I'm actually the 3rd youngest, so yeah, it was just so fabulous, and we were singing our hearts out, dancing our hearts out well into the night. Oh, and Alex in his kilt, bless his heart, everyone was complimenting him. He just looked absolutely amazing. He loved wearing it, so I think it might become more of a regular thing now with like special occasions for him to opt for a kilt rather than a suit, because he just looked so fabulous. I really do feel like a kilt is like a step above a suit in terms of like how dressy you feel, how amazing you look, and everyone was complimenting him. Although it was quite funny because a couple of my Scottish family, sometimes Scots, I feel like that either or, they're either like anyone can wear a kilt if they're coming to a Scottish wedding, like it's part of our culture. Some people are like, no, you can only wear a kilt if you've got the heritage, if you come from that kind of line. And a couple of people were kind of eyeing him up, and they were like, so Alex, it's a nice kilt then, what's that tartan? And it wasn't until he was like, well, it's my family tartan, I come from the Ramsey clan, that they were like, okay then, because obviously knowing that he's from England, they were kind of like a little bit unsure. But as soon as they found out he had Scottish heritage, everyone was just so excited. So he was telling everyone about the Ramsey clan, everyone about his family tartan. and he absolutely loved wearing the kilt. We managed to get some really cute photos as well. I'll pop a couple of photos on screen because, as I said, I wasn't filming whilst we were there. I actually didn't get any videos whilst we were there, only photos from the day, but it was just so magical. And then they even treated everyone at the end. We were told there was going to be a surprise later on into the evening, and they did the most amazing fireworks display. It was incredible, and you could see it over all of the bridges, the Forth Road Bridge, the ferry crossing bridge. Like, it was insane just standing outside of this amazing manor house. It was freezing, so they had like blankets for everyone. They had these massive Fortnum and Mason baskets and blankets inside for everyone so that you could just like wrap yourself up. Honestly, I feel like every detail was thought about this wedding, and it just made it so special for everyone attending. So yeah, as you can hear, I am not 100% now. So I didn't pick up the camera yesterday. We actually ended up having like a little bit of a, I'm not gonna call it an after party. I think a lot of people do this, where they do almost like a little kind of like get together for lunch the next day, so that you can all basically chat about the wedding, say how amazing everyone looked, have a little bit of a debrief. I think it's so lovely. So we went round to my auntie's house, who is the mother of the bride, well, the mother and father of the bride. We went around to their house yesterday and just basically sat, chatted, ate some more, and debrief from the wedding, so that we could all talk about how amazing it was. So I didn't pick up the camera yesterday, but we are back today, and we've got a lovely day in Edinburgh planned today. This is our last day in Edinburgh, so we are making the most of it. And I'm not going to say sadly, because obviously we're glad for this today, but the sun has come out today, and it definitely did not come out on the day of the wedding. But the important thing was that it was dry, so the fireworks could happen, photos outside could happen. We've already seen a few little sneak peeks of the professional photos, and oh my goodness me, my cousin's dress was just so beautiful. It's like massive ball gown. It had like a gorgeous sweetheart neckline. It was absolutely incredible. It looked like a real like princess dress. She looked absolutely beautiful. So it stayed dry on the day. That's all we could have asked for when you're getting married in April in Scotland. But the sun has come out this morning, so we think we might make the most of it. We're going to head into Edinburgh quite early. We've got a really exciting day planned today. Actually, we are actually going to Balmoral today, which is somewhere that I have always wanted to go. I think you guys will know that me, my mum and my sister kind of do like an afternoon tea bingo, where we try and tick off all of the amazing places to have afternoon tea in the UK. We've done the Ritz, we've done Claridge's, we've done Fortnum and Mason at Christmas time, and one place we've not done is Balmoral. So we thought, seeing as though we were up here in Edinburgh, we would make the most of it. So the boys are coming too. We've got Alex, we've got my dad coming. I cannot wait. So we've got a big family afternoon tea for lunch today, which I'm really looking forward to. And then actually this evening we've got another meal booked, but seeing as though our last day, we are absolutely milking it and making the most of being here. But this evening Alex and I are actually going out for a romantic dinner for two at Dalhousie Castle, which is kind of just like southeast of Edinburgh. So it's kind of like the other side of Edinburgh to where we're staying, but we're just going to swing around the motorway. It's about a half-hour drive, and we are going there for dinner tonight. And it's actually a very special place, especially for him, because it's where his parents got married. So we are going out for a meal tonight in their dungeon restaurant, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, really exciting day plan. I think this morning we're going to head up first thing. We might go for a little bit of an explore back in the city centre. We're thinking about looking at Dean Village, because that's again somewhere I've not actually been here in Edinburgh, and it's a really beautiful like historic old town, and seeing as though the sun is shining, I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. So it's going to be another lovely day here in Edinburgh. So of course I'm going to take you guys along with me. Of course, I apologise in advance for my voice, for how I sound, but as I said, if that's not the sign of an incredible wedding, then I don't know what is. Oh my goodness, will you look at that sunshine. We've arrived at Dean Village now, grabbed a couple of coffees, and we're having a walk along the river. It is absolutely beautiful. Alex is looking very dapper. He's got his new scarf on.
Rocking the clan of Ramsey and the Ramsey blues.
You would have seen in my last vlog, I unboxed it actually, and I'm in love with it. It's like the most gorgeous cashmere scarf, because it is freezing this morning, but look at this behind me. This is just absolutely magical. the perfect way to spend the morning, a wander around Dean Village. I don't know if you can hear the bagpipe in the background, but my goodness me, it is a beautiful day here in Edinburgh. I feel like the sun just brings everyone out. It really, really does. So we're just walking down to Balmoral now for afternoon tea, and I am seriously looking forward to it. I've always wanted to go into Balmoral. Every time we come to Edinburgh, I've always looked at it, and it's definitely a bucket list destination for me to stay there one night because it's just absolutely stunning. It's like Scottish equivalent of the Ritz. So I'm really, really excited for afternoon tea there this afternoon. So we are back at the Airbnb now after the most amazing afternoon tea at Balmoral. Look at what they sent us away with. This is probably one of the cutest things I have ever gotten. It is quite usual with like afternoon tea places for them to send you away with something, but this is the cutest thing I have ever seen. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but it says 3:03, time for tea. How cute is that? And the clock is literally 3 minutes past 3, so apparently that is tea time here in Scotland, so I think I'm going to remember that. 3:03, time for tea. And it's got like a little illustration of like Balmoral's amazing what's the word, kind of skyline, I guess you would call that. It's so cute. So it's got the Balmoral clock tower, and then it's got the skyline of Edinburgh, and even got the castle on there. It's just so sweet. So yeah, we've got some tea to come away with, which was so lovely. And you guys know I love my afternoon tea. We really have made it like a proper afternoon tea bingo now. We go to all the bucket list destinations here in the UK, and we like to rank them dependent on what our favourite was, and the Ritz has always been up there. I've always said it was like the Ritz, then Fortnum and Mason, I'd say then Limewood, then Claridge's, and I think we've done a few others as well, but I have to say Balmoral has trumped the Ritz. We finally have a top place, a top contender. It was absolutely amazing. I feel like everyone does it slightly differently with regards to afternoon tea, and obviously depending on what you like, depending on like the service that you want and stuff like that, is going to depend on how much you like enjoy each place. But I do remember one thing that I really didn't like about Claridge's is they like took the teapots away from you, so you'd have to ask someone every single time, can I please have a top up of tea? Can I have a top up of tea? And we actually went through, between the 5 of us, 17 pots of tea. So you can tell we like our tea. We like to go through it. We each had at least 2 plates of sandwiches, at least 2 plates of scones, and the service at Balmoral was just impeccable. Like the second you said to them, could we please get another plate of sandwiches, within 5 minutes they would bring you another one. Like there was no waiting around. They were so attentive. And then you would have seen as well, I showed you earlier, they actually did a tea demonstration. So this lovely lady came over and said, introduced herself. She said, hi, I'm about to do a tea demonstration. Feel free to take any photos, videos, anything you want for the demonstration. And she basically poured the teas so that all of the leaves were gone, because that is one thing when it comes to loose leaf tea. Whenever you go for afternoon tea, you've got to put the little like strainer in. The amount of times I forget and I end up with leaves in my tea, it happens so often. So the fact that she's kind of like done all the hard work for you, you just pour it and enjoy the tea. And Alex, who is not a tea drinker, even he had a lovely, lovely tea. He got peppermint, I got the Emperor's Breakfast, and everyone else kept like swapping and changing their teas and trying new ones. And I was like, can I just have another pot of this? Can I have another pot of this? Because it was so lovely. And the sandwiches, the scones, even the puddings were just impeccable, absolutely impeccable, like so delicious. And it was actually a lot smaller, the room, than I was expecting. Like I would say there's maybe 15-20 tables. Like there's really not a lot of room. So if you are ever in Edinburgh, I definitely recommend booking afternoon tea at the Balmoral, because it was just amazing, such a special experience, and something that I am definitely going to be coming back for, because they have officially replaced the Ritz as my top contender for afternoon tea. So it was the perfect way to spend the afternoon. But yeah, we are back at the Airbnb now. We did manage to walk off lunch a little bit. We went for a wee wander through the Princess Street Gardens, which is just so beautiful at this time of year, because everything's like budding and coming into blossom, and especially when the sun is shining, Edinburgh is just like no other city. We've been so lucky with the weather today. I mean, look at this gorgeous sunshine. You can see the barn from the farmer across the way. It's just absolutely breathtaking. So we have really been soaking up the sunshine today, and then of course we are heading to Dalhousie this evening. We might go a little bit early and have a little wander around the grounds, because it is supposed to be one of the most beautiful places in Scotland as well. So I'm so excited to head there tonight. But we've got about an hour just to like decompress, digest our food from lunch before heading out for dinner again tonight. Right, I've just done the quickest little makeup touch-up, especially around my nose, because I am rather sniffly, but just making sure that I am a little bit more elevated, ready for tonight's meal. One of my favourite things when it comes to makeup touch-ups, basically taking your look from like day to night, are the Bobbi Brown sticks. These are the long wear cream shadow sticks, and this is in the shade Golden Bronze. And literally all I've done is take a little bit of this, smudged it into the corner of my eyes, and then kind of like pulled it up with my fingers, just to create almost like a bit of a liner kind of esque look, a bit of a cat eye look. And oh my goodness, this literally took me 2 minutes. I did a little bit of that, added a bit more powder on top of my makeup that I already had on, topped up my lipstick, and we are good to go. I've also changed up my jewellery, but I've decided actually just to stick to the same outfit I was wearing today. I don't think I gave you a full outfit of the day, but I'm wearing a new look jumper dress that you guys have seen 10 million times. You're probably so bored of these dresses, but I just absolutely love them. They're great for daytime, for evening wear, like they can be dressed up, dressed down, and they are super comfy. So definitely one to wear tonight. It is a dungeon restaurant, so I'm really unsure how dressy the vibe is going to be, so I thought the best way to kind of elevate my outfit is through my jewellery. So I've actually gone for pearls again, but I've decided to go for these smaller pearls. I really like these. These are part of the Pandora Me collection, and I love how they look with more of like a turtleneck roll neck neckline. I think they're just so elegant, which I really love. And then I've got my pearl dangly earrings again. I've layered up one pearl bracelet with a Pandora Me chain bracelet, and then I've got my 2 favourites on this hand, my snake chain bangle and then my snake link bracelet, and then just a couple of rings on. I've doubled up my favourites, the Pandora Brilliance rings again. I've gone for this little twisty one, and then my favourite knot ring. So not too much jewellery, but just a little bit elevated to kind of pull the look up and take it from day to night. And then perfume of the evening, I'm going to go for Ombre Nuit from Christian Dior. I love this for more of like an evening perfume. It really is a perfect like date night perfume, and I always love to spray it in my hair a little bit so that whenever I kind of like move about, I have a little bit of perfume just like waft in the air. It's just my favourite thing. So perfume of the night done, makeup of the night done, outfit of the night done. So let's head off to Dalhousie Castle for a lovely romantic meal. I cannot believe this is our last night here in Edinburgh, so we are ending it on a high.